Hi guys, welcome back. Anyone that's new, welcome to the channel. Couple of little reasons for this video today. One, I wanted to say a big thank you, one to Mark, Gentleman Turner, for the shout out he gave me on his channel, and he made a couple of the chucks up for the pendants, which is fantastic. That means, you know, what I've done ain't falling on deaf ears really, because somewhat, at least one person's listening. So no, the comments you guys have come back with is absolutely fantastic, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for all that. And as I say, thank you, Mark, because it's, you know, I'm just getting started in doing this YouTube thing. Didn't think it would go as well as it has. So, but the other one, a massive thank you to Paul Hubbard. To say I'm gobsmacked is beyond. I mean, I just can't believe. Paul sent me a message and said, would it be all right if he sent me a piece of wood? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And he said about popping, you know, he's not that far from me when I gave him the address, and he said about it pop it in. And I said, well, I'd rather you just post it, because for reasons, you know, people just sort of turning up and that. Well, anyway, he did turn up, and he was more than welcome anyway, you know, no problems with that. He turned up, and his piece of wood turned out to be
all of it.
This lot. And I am absolutely gobsmacked. Paul, thank you so much. I mean, we've got some lovely bits of view here. I mean, this bit, the patterns on here, I'm gonna actually do that and make some pendants out of it, because I think they will be really, really nice with that grain. I think I've got to think of things what I'm going to turn with all this lot. Some lovely pieces of wood here, lovely pieces of oak.
He wanted to see a plate or a platter, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
nice bit of silver birch.
We'll try and get one out.
And I mean, so I've got some lovely bits here, you know, some lovely bits of wood here. So that's going to do some nice stuff. And to top it all, this lovely piece of you, and well, yeah, that's very nice. I've really got to think what I'm going to do with this. It's not very thick, deep, so I'm thinking I'm going to do sort of I want to keep it as big as I can. I'm going to do like a candle holder, and do that in the centre bit, dish it out and do a nice dish bit. I've got to sort out, because I've got these big bits here. I'm going to have to take them off, because that could be quite dangerous with them spinning round. But it's a nice solid piece of wood, so that's going to go well. So we'll get that one on video. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much, Paul. I really am absolutely gobsmacked. And on top of all this, one of the nice things, really was nice, was he spoke to Lisa at the door and said he was actually going to give up his wood turning until he started watching my videos, and because, you know, he wasn't getting on too well with his tools, so, and he started watching, and it's changed this. So that is absolute, that is worth everything. That is fantastic. That's worth doing all the videos and everything. If that helped a person to say, no, well, I will actually stick it and give it a go, absolutely, that is more thanks than anything. That really is. So thank you so much, Paul. Thank you. Right, now then, going back, what was I going to do? Got to think now. See, I've lost myself now. Right, I'm going to go back over there behind the lathe. I'm not doing a big bit of turning today. The reason why, now, you know, guys, I always go on at you about wearing your face mask, and particularly a respirator, you know. Well, I've noticed, because we've been doing this sort of like 5 months now, and on the last few turnings, after I've turned, Lisa's been a little bit coughing, a little bit chesty. She wears a face visor, but it's not a respirator. And on the last one, I noticed it's not bad cough, but it's like we're going little things like that. And to be honest, I noticed it, and I said it before, with a lot of the guys that do the videos. I've watched your videos back. I've watched you for a long time, a lot of you. And a couple of years back, you weren't coughing nowhere near as much as you do now. And you do all this, oh, I'm just wearing glasses so you can hear me. well, that's fine, but that don't help these in here, you know. Glasses, that protects your eyes a bit. But what about in here? You know, come on, guys, really, get your vest sprays on. So I've ordered one, Lisa's, I've ordered her one of these this morning from Axminster Tools. They're not cheap, you know, I mean, 250 quid. But her lungs are priceless. So, yeah. So I've got her one of these. So until that should be here on Tuesday. And until she gets out, I won't actually turn a bowl or anything like that, because she's doing the videos and I want to make sure she's protected. But I had a bad time a couple of years back. I wasn't wearing my face shield all the time. I had the Trend one, the you know, the big one. I can't even remember what it's called now. Anyway, it's the Trend, and I used to stand there doing like 6-7 hours of turning. Oh, my neck would be killing me at the end of the day, and it was the weight of the thing, because it's so big. And I stopped wearing it for quite a while, and I started to get quite bad on my chest. I'd get really chesty overnight. And I have a problem with oak, so oak is an irritant to me. It really irritates. That's why I don't ever turn a lot of oak, and it makes my hands itch when I turn. I get a bit of an itch in here, and very chesty with it. So I bought one of these. It was the best thing I ever done. It really is. It's worth its weight in gold. It really is, this thing. So guys, you know, get one of these. I mean, Lisa's gonna have one of these. Darth Vader, isn't she? I'm your father.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, that's that bit over with. Right, no more of that. Quick little one on the pendants, because I was so about doing the pattern. I didn't think, you know, a lot of it I've done all with spindle gouge, and of course a lot of the people I imagine who watch my channel are into carbide. That's what I sort of started it for. And I didn't actually show about doing any of the bits with the carbide. And I've done some of these with the, you know, you do like the little grooves. I've done these ones where I'll just push in and do a little groove around them. Okay, we just put the little grooves in. But I don't know whether any of you have actually tried rolling the beads on them. So actually doing beads on the front. You know, I've got like there, I don't know how well they're coming out. I ain't finished them off completely because I'm just showing them, but you know, doing it now on end grain, not so good, okay, because it skids. It's like end grain coming in on end grain. I'll explain it as we go. But on face work, side grain, yeah. Now it's not something you do with your skew. You know, it's not like rolling a big cut of V and roll it with your skew. You do it with your spindle gouge. But again, as I say, if you can do it with spindle gouge, can you do it with carbide? Well, yes you can, because that one's done with carbide, and that hasn't even had a bit of sandpaper touch that yet. Okay, that's the back of it. This one was done completely with carbide, and those beads are rolled. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly show you how to do that. So if you want to do some of your little decks like that, you know, it just makes it different. I haven't drilled the holes in that one, and some of these, but what I will say is, if you're going to do with the beads, a lot of it, drill the hole first, and if you want to do the chamfer first, then roll the beads, because it's just, I find this a little bit better. It finishes it a little bit better if you do the beads afterwards. Okay, right, so what I'll do is I'm going to pop these in. I've still got some bits over here. I haven't turned them all, so I'll bring a couple of bits over. Right, and we'll see. Right, now I'm gonna because I dug my jaws out, I actually took those other ones off from here because I had that chunk out of them, and I made a new one up for this chuck. Like I said, if you're going to do a lot of them, I would really recommend getting if you go for the I think it's the Viper, the Charmwood, the Viper 2 chuck. They actually do these little 5-inch cold jaws for it. They're only 30 quid, and if you get rid of the buttons and just screw the wood, that's all these are, and just screw the wood on the back, and then you've got yourself a chuck. And like I said, if you do your little boxes and stuff like that, you know, I mean, when you've got to do your, like, these sort of, if you've got these little boxes and you've got to finish off your lid and you've got your little bit there, And sometimes, you know, if you measure it a little bit wrong and it's a bit loose on there, I mean, I've never personally done that myself, but you know, I know people do get it wrong. Then obviously you can just bring it over, mount it in there, and there you go. And it won't mark it because it's wood on wood, so pretty good. You can make them up for that, and you can do them with these. I mean, obviously you can turn whatever size you want on there, and when it's done with, it's not like your soft jaws that if it's done you've got to go and buy another set 8 you just another piece of wood on it. Yeah, easy as that. And you can mount your boxes in like that if you want, or like that, just to finish off the bottom, you know, pop it in there rather than jam chucks and all that. You can do something like that. So yeah, but the Viper 2, the Viper 2 chuck, I don't know actually, and someone might be able to put a comment in, do the Viper 2, because I know all the Charnwood jaws fit the Record Power chucks, the Nexus ones, and that they all fit those chucks. Do the Viper 2, because they do a Viper 3 and the do they fit the SCH? SCH, there's no H in it, ignore that bit. Let's start, rewind and start again. Right. Do they fit the SC 1 and 2 jaws, if anyone knows? I was going to phone Snayton and ask them. I don't know because I've not tried them. I would imagine they would. Yeah, because I'm going up to Snayton again next week. I've got to get another. I need another one of those.
It needs one. Yeah,
chucks,
it needs another chuck.
So actually, talking about that with the chucks, guys. Now I've got both, and I think they're both fantastic, absolutely fantastic. If you're looking to buy them, I mean, if you want the direct thread, then obviously the 2. Out of the choice, if I was going to choose one of them, go for the SC one. The SC, what SCH? There's no H in it. So, will you stop saying H? It's no H. It's no H.
Stop it.
Right. The SC1 would be my choice. It is so solid. It's like a little tank, you know. And when you put it on, it's completely sealed. You've got your little holes there for your chuck, but you can put your blower in there, and any dust to come out. It's nice. So out of choice, I'd go for that. Out of real choice, get both. But it depends on what you want. If you've got direct thread, then that's really nice because it goes on and it's nice. Now I know a lot of people don't like that. It's open. It's like with the when you get the Record Power, the 3, you know, or the like this one. This is the Nova one. Because you get this dust inside, okay, in the gearing. But in all honesty, and I know because I've taken these apart before, if you take this apart, even though that's all sealed up, you'll still get dust inside it because it gets in. You know what sawdust is like? Bloody hell, you go indoors after tea, you got it in your pants and everything. Dust still gets in them, and to get in it, you've got to strip it all down. But with these, the beauty of these is if you get your airline, you can, because it's open. It's so easy to maintain and clean. So I actually quite like the open back because I can see the gears. I can know if there's any wearing on them. And as I say, blast them out. It's easy to, a little spray of silicone spray in there to keep them all nice and going. So yeah, I've had no trouble. I've got both. I've had no trouble with them over the years. Right, what was I doing?
You're going to show
I've
them
totally
how to do
waffled off of myself and lost myself. Right,
the
yeah, doing
carbides.
these little things and how we're gonna roll the little beads on them.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm gonna, as I say, I've got my other chuck there, and they're absolutely fine. They work fine. But I just thought for easiness, I'm gonna do it on this chuck because it, like I said, if you're gonna do a lot of these, get yourself one of these because that's fantastic. You know, all works good. Right, so now, if you're going to do it with a spindle gouge, I'm going to put my face shield on because I always do. Where am I? This one. Right. So if you're going to, let me move my tool rest out of the way. Not my tool rest. My tail stock. I keep changing the names of these things. Right. Okay. So let's get that spinning. Right, now as I said, I normally come in this way and clean it off with my spindle gouge, okay? you get a nice clean, there's no bursting out, it's just a nice clean finished cut straight off the end with it. So if I bring that round like that, so I put a bit of dome on there, okay, I'm going to make sure this is clean on the front here. I'll take that off. Right, now, so I want to put some beads on here. I'll get my bevel ride in here, okay, and I'm going to just come in. Push in like there. Then I take my chisel, my cutty thing. I take my cutty thing. Right, so, and I'm over the side, and all I do is come over and roll it. Okay, so I'm just coming with a tip and I roll it in like so. So I roll right down, bring my tip right in, and then just come here, pick up this cut, come into it. What I do on front here, I come in, I roll it, come in, okay, and then here the same, we can roll in, put down there on that bead, and then just a little finish off just here, just roll it over, bring that in, it gives us our nice little beads there, okay, and then we can come down this side, we can come here, so we cut in, with that tool, roll it, cut in, and then I'm going to turn, and I'm going to bring it out. Okay, so from there I've turned it and I'm slicing it out. So I get my finished cut off the side. Okay, and we get that. And there you go. Alright, that's how you get your beads on the front on facework. Now, so there you go. That's how we get our beads, right? So now, can we do it with that? I mean, that sand out, I should have actually come another cut back in on that one. I forgot that. When I've done that last one, I should have taken the cut back in. But anyway, there you go. You give a little bit of sanding up, be nice. Nice grain patterns on there, all right? Now, can we do it with a carbide?
Yes, we can.
Now, I know a lot of you would think, you come in with the square carbide and use the corner of the square carbide and things like that. No, we don't. Well, I'm going to put a, and this is spalted, this wood, and you all know what spalted wood's like. It can be a bit, I'd get a good clean cut on. Right, okay, so I'll pop that one in. Right, because as I said, I don't, you know, I'm doing it all with spindle gouges, and a lot of you are with the right, actually, can you pass me that one behind you, because that's just a normal square one, which is what most people have. That first one, that's it. Yeah. That's it, I've got one over there. Right, actually, a little bit of a mistake there on that one, when I was doing that. What I meant to say, when I've done this one, when you do these, because I had my tool rest here, actually bring your tool rest, I've meant to say, I've done it well, I might do another one for you. Bring your tool rest out. You want to bring your tool rest on the squiff like that. You don't want it right in close. It makes it easier to come around to sweep over. I did it with that one, and I managed it, but bring your tool rest out a little bit like this, so you can actually sweep over, and you want it a little bit lower as well, as a little bit high. So, I mean, I just managed it because I'm just good. Right, you'd actually want your tool rest to be this way here, okay? And when you sweep for that middle, come in with your flute over this towards yourself. Flute's open. If you say flat like that is 6 o'clock, you've got it at 7. Okay, stroke the edge, come over, and then raise the handle and drop it in. Drop it in. And that will give you your bead. But we're going to do it now with carbide. So I'm going to come in first like this, and I want to get, I'm way below centre there. Don't want it that low. Right, let me just get me, there we go. I'm at centre, so I just want to be just tiny bit below centre. Okay, right, the chisel we use for this is a detail one. Now, you wouldn't believe how many people actually I've had that have said, bought a set of 3, can they swap this one out because they won't ever use it? And I was, yeah, fine, swap it for a different chisel if you want. But in all honesty, you're silly, because this is one fantastic chisel. This can do so much. It's not just a pokey in thing, it does hollowing, it does everything. And it is a carbide version of that. So let's see how we get on with doing it for here. Can we do it with a carbide? Let's see. Right, okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to face it off again. So I come in, I've got my bevel rubbing, I rotate the tool till I start to pick up the cut. There it is. So take a bit off of here first. Alright, it's going to be a bit of a pain. This is a bit soft, this wood. But that's good. Hang on. Yeah, I'm alright. No, I'm a bit low. Might be a tiny bit low there. Right, let me take that off. That's not making it look good, is it? Right, okay. Right, there's my cut. Pull it round. Right, I've gone right in, so I'm pushing it along. Got a few ridges there, we'll get rid of those. Right, there we go. Now we're going to come in here. I'm going to take that off. Right, I'm going to turn my tool rest out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to come back in here, clean this up. I'm not happy with it. Goes away if you're doing it on camera. Right, okay. So now, hang on, let me just take this down a little bit. I'm a little bit high in the middle. Get that smooth. Right, so I'm going to do the same. I'm going to push in. Then I'm going to roll it. Okay, then for the top I'm going to do the same. I'm a little bit high, sorry. Same, I'm going to come in, roll it, take it back in. Want it a little bit deeper. There we go. I'm going to clean that off. Like so. Roll that in there. I'm going to bring that in. And roll that. I'm going to bring that in. There, so make it stand out nice. Right, that all feels nice. Now I think I'm going to roll another one here. Going to come in on this. Like so. I'm being fussy because I don't want to sand it, okay? Right, I've got a very tiny bit there. I'm just going to have to pick that up. Right, there we go. Let's stop that and have a look. Right, okay. Let's see what we've got there, guys. Oops. Right, and you can see that finish on that. Yep. So we can roll our beads, although we've done it there with standard. And I think actually there's a bit of breakout on that one than there is on this one. And this one's done with carbide. So now, if I'm deep enough, I don't know whether I've got my thing deep enough that I'm going to be able to hold this. Let me see. It's going to be very close to whether I can hold that in there. No, it's going to come out. I will have to make that. I'd have to make that a little bit deeper to hold this. So give me 1 second. Right, let me see if I can get that held in there. And I'll show you how I'll turn the back off of it. Right, that's deep enough now. That's it. Now I've got it. Yeah. I think I've got it. It might pop out. I don't know as I start turning. We'll see. It might pop out. Right, yeah, we're just below centre. Let's come up a fraction. There we go. Right, let's see. It's stayed in there for the moment. Right, so again, I come from the middle. I pick up my cut. There it is, there. We're already quite thin on that side, so we don't want to go too bad. There we go, and we've got spalted wood, so we get a nice little bit of patterning. Let's have a look at it and see what we've got. What's our finish like? Not too bad. We've got a few little spirals on that. I'll take another pass and clean that off. But that's how you will approach it. Guys coming in from the side there. From the centre out. Right, and as you can see, we've got a nice, really fine edge on that. Okay. And roll with the beads. Okay, so yes, you can do it with your carbide. Okay, right, and just to show on this with the spindle gouge, as I said, I did make a slight mistake because I didn't have my tool rest in the right position, which, like I say, one of the things when you're talking on camera and doing everything, you tend to, well, I do, I lose myself.
Go and find yourself again then.
Yeah, I've got to go and find myself. Right, so there we go. Let's come in here. Let me pick up my cut. There we go. Right, now, nearly done it again then. Bring my tool rest out a little bit. Okay, so I'm coming in here, I pick up the cut. Pull in. Take the chisel over. So all my beads, bring from here. Right down, pick up from here. Just a little slicing in, okay. Oh, don't get a skip, come on, get the bevel on it. There we go. So we come back in. Oh, I've got a little skip then. Sorry about that. There we are. Get a little bit of practice under your belt, you'll be doing them easy. Right, so there we go. That's how we can roll our beads on our base work, okay? And then, like I say, you can come in here and just... Now, if you try coming in on your front like this and twisting, you'll find you'll get it a skid, okay? But if you come in and you do this slice action, you come in like you pick it up with a slice. Okay, and that way you can get a beautiful clean finish, a nice little cut like that. Let's move that out of the way. A nice little cut when you cut it in. Okay, so now let's have a look at that one. There, that's a better example. Right, no tear out on that one. So the tear out on the first one, where I got this little bit of tear out, that's because I didn't have the tool rest at the right angle. You need that tool rest out slightly. So there you go, and look, so that's how you roll the beads on the front of it. Yeah? So just might be of interest to you if you want to do beads on the front of your piece. Right, now then, don't try it on end grain. If you do it on the end grain ones, you can do it, but you really have to be prepared for the skidding, because you're on end grain. When you come in here, you've really got to slice, because when you come in with your chisel this way, if either way you do it, it's going to skid. It's on end grain and it wants to skid. So I would say doing those more for on your side grain like that. You can get some really nice beady patterns going on, and yeah. But yeah, you can do it with carbide. Look at the finish on that with carbide. A little bit of 240 grit paper around that, and that would be perfect. It'd be done, wouldn't it? You know. So yes, you can do it with carbide. In fact, I think the carbide is easier to control than a spindle gouge, because if you get that slightest little turn wrong with a spindle gouge, it will try to skid. You'll know what they're like. When you come in, it starts to skip. But with the carbide, you don't get that. It's just that little bit more difficult finding your first pickup where it starts to cut, because you're coming on the bevel. You don't want to come in flat, okay? Not with this. If you hit that with a flat, you'll probably flick it out. So you've got to just pick up the cut by coming in on the bevel. You've got a bevel there at the back, and you've got a bevel at the side. So you come in on the bevel and you just roll it until it just starts to pick up that cut, and you'll actually be cutting, believe it or not, you're not cutting on the top edge, you're cutting on the bottom edge. So when you're in here, you're actually cutting on this bottom edge, not the top edge. And you can get, and with a little bit of playing about, a little bit of practicing, you'll get, I mean, that back of that one I did earlier, that was just one pass with it, and that's on the front. And as I say, a bit more practice, you'll get good with it. And then you can knock out all these little beads on the front of your things. And if you want to do them on the bottom of your bowls, you can always do some little beads on the bottom of your bowls inside your recess if you want. Do whatever you want. Make it all Nancy fancy.
Nancy fancy, artsy
Nancy fancy. Right, okay, that's it, guys. I've got this to finish. I started turning this earlier. I've got this bowl. This kind of been a live edge or natural edge. I think the barks I might have to put something under that to get it to stay on. But I started doing this earlier. I was just playing about, and then Lisa said to me, "Oh, why don't you wait and do that on a video?" So I thought, yeah, all right, I will. But I'll do that when Lisa's got a mask. And that I was turning with my spindle gouge. the outside of that, because I do like my spindle gouge for turning, even on the outside of bowls, as I did say before. Mainly because I can come in and I can slice and get in with a slice and come round. So that's why I like the spindle gouge. Same on the roughing down on spindles and stuff like that. A lot of people, I know they use the bowl gouge, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with using a bowl gouge if you want to use bowl gouge for it. But me, I prefer a spindle gouge. I would have to say the spindle gouge is the most versatile tool out of all of them. You know, skew's good, but it has limitations. It has strong points and weak points. Bowl gouge is, yeah, fantastic. Bowl gouge does a lot of stuff, but again, it can be limited a little bit on certain things. Spindle gouge, no, I can't really think of something a spindle gouge couldn't do, really. Can it hollow a bowl? Yes, it can. It can hollow a bowl. Could you put that chisel back over there,
Yep.
John? I know people say about the weakness. Well, if you're coming round on the outside and you've got your tool, if you're doing a big bowl, I'm not, you know, obviously you need a bit more stability. But even with the bigger bowls, you can come round. You can get a nice slice. You can get your tool right because of the more open flute. You can actually present it so you're getting a nice cut when you're coming round on your bowl to stop you getting all that. But you still get a bit of bounce, obviously, if it's out of shape. But you can get that cut, and it's not as easy to get that with a bowl gouge, with your grinds, because of the wings, the way the wings go. This is me personally, I find. And some people might find themselves, they struggle a little bit when they've got using a bowl gouge, and you might find a spindle gouge works better. You can use spindle gouges on bowls. You know, there's not. It's just a fact. It's not the strength. You're not going to break it. It's not going to snap on you or bend. I mean, that take a hell of a lot to snap that piece of steel. It's just that when you get deeper on hollowing, you'll get vibration. That's the thing. It hasn't got the stability, so you'll get a bit more vibration on it. But if you basically can get your tool rest in, then yeah, there's no reason why you can't use a bowl. And you'll probably find a lot of the time a little bit easier because you haven't got those wings are the same. I find it a bit easier. And like I say, that's a 1/2 inch spindle gouge, and if you actually put that up against a 3/8 bowl gouge, you know, you've got just as much strength because there's just as much steel on that bottom there. In fact, it's got a bit shorter flute, so there's more strength down here. That's got a longer flute on it, but really there's not a great deal of difference. It's just that when you look at it, it's just those wings. And I find if I'm coming around on the outside of a bowl and it's particularly out of shape, then sometimes the spindle gouge works a little bit better. You know, and I've got the old steel ones that are got a bit better thing. Anyway, I'm just waffling now. I'm just talking because I can't turn nothing because Lisa's here and, you know, dust and everything. So I'm just waffling on. Anyway, guys, that's it. It's Sunday. I'm going to go in now and prepare myself for watching Dancing on Ice. You know, I'm into all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, would you? This butch man like myself into, well, yeah, I like all that sort of stuff. So, right, I'm going to say toodle pip, guys. Hope that helped, and a massive thank you. The main reason for this was a massive thank you, especially to Paul Hubbard. Thank you, Paul, very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is brilliant. And thank you, Mark. Yeah. So, right, next one I'll be turning something, and I'm going to be turning stuff with that. I've just got to work out what I'm going to actually do with it. So, okay, guys, that was just a little chat and a little, whatever you wanted to call it, really. Right.
Sunday chat.
Sunday chat, yeah. So, toodle pip, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.